set the roof on fire. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. Slow. So bad, swimming in my bed. Off with that. Off with that. Young Slim, get it in my infrared. Come and hit the brain, I just lit the gas. Young wild winning, living fast. Stashing money in a brown paper bag. We set the roof on fire, then we flood it out. We just threw the money up, we ain't even count. Shake it, shake it, shake it. It in my speeder, girl, I'm nothing, messing up my speech. I'm $1 million player, baby, nothing's at my reach. I'm $1 million, like I hit the lottery. Splash her with cash, had to spaz on the waitress. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes. We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof on fire.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin, yeah. Pray to the Lord, Daddy, let me in. I'm breaking in.
crack of dawn, Monday morning coffee, strong pouring everything you got into a paycheck Friday night. You're a power stroke, diesel backhoe riding king, 18-wheeler driving, living life in between the lines of clocking in and quitting time. But then the six-string circus comes to town. We hang them speakers over the crowd. When the lights come on, everybody screaming, lighters in the sky, yeah, everybody singing every word to every song of the girl they're taking tonight. When the lights come on, everybody's feeling a hallelujah from the floor to the ceiling. Yeah, the drink that we're having, the smoke that we're having, the party we throw, it's going all night long. When the lights come on, when the lights come on, you're a little shy thing with a wild.
Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. Two teams here amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
You thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon fangs spitting in my cup all night long. Wield your tongue at my throne of power. Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh, no. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lose.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. The getting to know each other process is over. Time to get down to it. And we're off in Week 3 of Draft Champions. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And the play clock's running down. They come up in an offset eye. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Rivers now on second down. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Time running out here on the play clock. So offense moving a little too slow there. Could not get set, and they get the penalty. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Second down following the run. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Neville Hewitt on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third and short yardage. Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quan Alexander coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Now out comes a familiar face. He was the Panthers punter. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. Back deep, Julian Edelman. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 2nd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he's got a noon one. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. From midfield now, here's Taylor. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. To throw is Rivers. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right. On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got Cruz complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Second down now after the pass completion. To the air again here, Rivers. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So the D-line's going to spread out. A first down throw here for Rivers. Bryant with a catch right side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
So following the penalty, now 1st and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Bryant, the lone receiver, left.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing Rivers. Ebron caught left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Let's go.
Here's Taylor. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. still ended up with a solid game.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Give them a lot of credit. They ended up running the ball on a key third down situation. They were staring 3 and out in the face and found a way to flip the script and keep the ball.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And he brings it back. Can you believe it? An offensive disaster on the final play of the first half.
They just had to hold on to the ball.
Huge play for the defense. What a turn of events. They get the fumble return for a touchdown, the last play of the first half.
And how about the defense providing a score, amping up not just themselves, but the entire team as they head into the locker room.
And does that change the locker room speech at half?
There shouldn't be much of a speech necessary now. They've got things going their way.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Let's go! 1, 9,
On second down, Taylor. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Taylor. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call or get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what.
Dez Bryant with nothing but green grass ahead of him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dez Bryant, 70 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Taylor. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Paul Posluszny. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a draft champions matchup and what is set to be a great draft champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. They met here on the opening Thursday of 2015, and they're at it again here. The Steelers and Pats are underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent, not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
23 yards on the play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Second down, Cousins. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for New England. 52 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Detroit! Detroit! Let's go! 319! 319! All right, here we go.
Now Sims. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Cousins now on second down. Trying to improvise. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 6 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
Well, how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rivers to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rivers now. And Matthews has it right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. but it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds, because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Now they'll run it on the toss. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Now Rivers. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
So after that, and with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rivers on first down. And here the hook up good to Victor Cruz. A gain of 6 there on first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ebron, 35 yards, and the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Frank's now on to kick it away after the touchdown. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
To throw, Cousins. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So 5 yards remain now. Still first down. They'll run here with Sims. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Throwing is Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Bryant with a catch right side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
From the red zone now, Rivers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Houston coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go. Green, 39.
A first down throw for Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
Now Cousins. This will be caught inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rivers now to throw on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vontaze Burfict in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
Pulled in at the 24. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Patriots take over. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Second down, Cousins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Third and long for Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And when all else fails is
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
If I'm not mistaken, home team made it. 2 threes on my feet, then I pump fake. Baby girl, grab the crew. What if kiss it? Sweat leave, Mr. Couldn't took it quicker. Hottest on the planet, get the place lit up. Fly, got expensive taste, sight and touch. We ain't on the same team. Cheer up. Bunch of that make sit up. I ain't come to blend in, boy, I stand out. Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. If I'm the topic, then the conversation heated. Right shrimp, getting booked up in every city. Splash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
So bad, swimming in my bed. Off with it, off with it.
Oh, how about this for a tough choice early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get them over the hump.
Shake it in my speeder, girl, I'm nothing, messing up my speech. I'm $1 million player, baby, nothing's at my reach. I'm $1 million, like I hit the lottery. Splash her with cash, had the spaz on the waitress. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof on fire.
One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on certain positions, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
She's up against them all, but the writing's on the wall. There's more than meets the eye with her, and nothing I can do. I'm left without a clue.
Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
She's got a red bull heart. One day she's gonna fall. She's got a red bull heart. She's up against No, she never will admit the one she wants she never get. She never
This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front, or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position?
lies. Can see it in her painted eyes. She's got a red bull heart. One day she's gonna fall.
Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster.
She's up against them all.
And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late.
She don't seem to understand.
One Philadelphia Eagle has already been taken in this draft. Could they double up and take another one here?
Light a fire, hit and run, like good rebels do.
These are tough decisions here. Offense or defense? Which side has the more pressing need?
She wants to overthrow our love. Maybe too much ain't enough, and we won't make it out alive. She's got a rebel heart. She's had it from the
And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way.
She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fall. She's got a
Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster.
Give me space, we might rob it. Most say that, baby, they don't love the click. I thought they love you when you make it. This some mud. Yeah, this some mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Tryna
Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger.
You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400, I don't care at all. Have a head, no, heard you talking about I'm real, I'm fraud. Your kids and broad, they straight, you shouldn't care at all.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you what?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you what?
Please Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Yeah, 104 times how it go down. Slaps on deck for the whole town. On mamas, man, I did it with my own sound. And I got my own city that I hold down. Just admit it already. You got plans to do it, boy, we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he hit it already. Yeah, I'm a star like Moesha's. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding, I be creeping. Girls these days, they just don't know how to keep it. But I got it all handled. They try to box me in, I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake and I'ma wishing wood on every candle. I'm like,
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me.
If you ain't know me, bet you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times. In Pot Town, that's automatic, hold down. What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. Why you hating on the progress? I'm a humble, I don't even pop what I do. I just drive the Maybach through the projects. And still brazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hate from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up on anybody. I see why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I'm with the posse back at it. Whoa. That mean come on, go on platinum. Whoa. That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the BD back breaking.
Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me. Please tell me why you always hate me.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always hate me.